Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into one of horse racing's most foundational stories, and we're going to ask a question that might just change how you see a legend forever.
So let's just jump right in with a big, provocative question. What if horse racing's first great legend wasn't actually a legend at all?
And right there, that's the heart of the problem, isn't it? On one hand, you have the myth, Sir Barton, the untouchable first Triple Crown winner. And on the other, you have the cold, hard numbers, a horse that actually lost more races than he won. So how do those two things even exist at the same time?
For over 100 years, this story has just kind of been accepted. It's passed down from one generation of fans to the next, and nobody really questions it. But today, we're going to ask the one question that, for some reason, almost always gets overlooked.
Because you see, the key to unlocking this whole mystery, it all comes down to one single fact. A fact that's been so quietly buried, so pushed to the side, that it completely changes everything we think we know.
And here it is. When Sir Barton won those 3 big races in 1919, nobody in the crowd was celebrating a Triple Crown. Why? Because the term Triple Crown didn't exist yet. It wasn't a thing. The name wasn't formally applied to that series of races until the 1930s. Think about that. His achievement was literally crowned by history, decades after he was done racing.
And that retroactive crowning? Well, it's a total game changer. This isn't a story about a horse achieving some famous feat that everyone recognized at the time. Nope. This is the story of how a label, a phrase invented years later, literally reached back in time and created a legend almost out of thin air.
So who was the real Sir Barton? You know, before the fancy label. Well, for starters, he was winless in his first 6 races. He also had a reputation for being, let's just say, difficult. And maybe most telling of all, get this, his own stable didn't even think he was their best horse going into that 1919 season. He wasn't some destined champion, he was a complicated, unpredictable long shot.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's strip away all the mythology. Let's forget the title, forget the retroactive honor, and just look at the raw data. What did Sir Barton actually do on the racetrack?
So here we go, Exhibit A, his career stats. Out of 31 races, he won 13. That gives him a win percentage of 42%. Now look, in any other context, we'd say those are the numbers of a good, maybe even a very good, but pretty inconsistent horse. Are they the numbers of an all-time great? You know, every supposed legend faces that one defining moment, that one test that cuts through all the noise and delivers a clear, permanent verdict. For Sir Barton, that day came on October 12, 1920, in a one-on-one match race against the greatest horse his era had ever seen.
And there was absolutely nowhere to hide. Just 2 horses on one track. You had Sir Barton, the horse that history was just beginning to build up into a legend, versus Man o' War, an animal that was honestly a force of nature. The stage was set for a final, unavoidable showdown.
7. Man o' War didn't just beat him, he destroyed him by 7 lengths. It wasn't a competition, it was a demonstration. The horse that would be crowned racing's first immortal was made to look completely ordinary. There were no excuses, just 7 lengths of unmerciful truth.
Historians often treat this loss as just a minor footnote in the Sir Barton story. But the source material asks a really powerful question. If the result had been reversed, if Sir Barton had won by 7 lengths, would it still be a footnote, or would it be the absolute centerpiece of his legend? The answer to that tells you everything about how this history was written. So, after looking at all the evidence, the crown that was awarded decades later, the inconsistent record, that devastating defeat, we arrive at the final verdict. What is Sir Barton's true place in history? It really breaks down pretty simply. Step 1, Sir Barton wins 3 big races in 1919. Step 2, decades go by, and this new idea, the Triple Crown, is created. Step 3, historians look back and go, hey, wait a minute, he was the first to do that. And step 4, the most important step. The label itself creates the legend. It became more powerful than the horse himself.
Okay, so let's be really precise with our words here. First, what's a pioneer? A pioneer is someone who's among the first to do something. They chart a new course. It's really just a statement of historical fact.
But a legend is something more, isn't it? It implies a level of transcendent greatness. It's not just about being first, it's about being one of the best, proven by pure, undeniable merit on the field of play. And that brings us to the final verdict. Was Sir Barton a pioneer? Absolutely.
100%. That is a historical fact that can never be taken away. He did it first. But was he a legend based on pure merit? The evidence says no. He was crowned by history, not by his own greatness.
Ultimately, seeing Sir Barton as a pioneer, but not a legend, doesn't diminish his place in history. It just clarifies it. Because as the source material concludes, there is a profound, permanent, and deeply important difference between the two.